So the Prophet ﷺ, when he arrives in Medina, before he enters Medina, he builds a Masjid Quba, then he travels to Medina. On the way, he prays Jummah, then he gets to Medina, he purchases the land, he makes it a waqf. So the first real thing he does in Medina, first real thing, decision, he makes is to build the masjid. So he connects his living chambers to the masjid, his living quarters. Now, we need to contextualize this. The Prophet ﷺ now is the leader of a state. Leaders of states, presidential palaces, for example, how are they built?
Far away.
They're built on two things primarily. Number one is symbolism. This place has a symbolic relevance in our history. Or security purposes. So like a castle on the top of a hill, the highest hill, and there's a castle and there's like a moat around, it's like the most secure place. Yeah. The Prophet ﷺ, his living quarters is attached to the masjid.
Very accessible.
Right? So obviously that has other benefits. Like there's a blurred line between the place of worship and the place of the political ruler. There's a blurred line between worship and politics. But what I want to get to is there's a blurred line between the Prophet ﷺ's public space and the private space, and the public space. He's accessible to every single Muslim who's praying in the Salah. 5 times a day. No gates, no security guards, no mountain, just hujurat. And we know Surah Al-Hujurat, the story, right? And he was so accessible that people sometimes would overstep the boundaries of adab with the Prophet ﷺ, especially the Bedouins. So I would say, why the open door policy? Why be accessible? Because he's at the service of the people. Which brings us to leadership through service. Right? In the famous story, when the Prophet ﷺ delegated different tasks to the Sahaba, and there was one task left, which was to gather the firewood. The Arabs used to kind of look down on that. You know, a person gathering firewood, it's aib, it's for the slaves. Prophet ﷺ said, I'll do it. So he, as the Prophet of Allah, the best of Allah's creation, the most honored of Allah's creation, and as the leader of the state, is doing the most lowly task, and he takes on that responsibility. So he was there, bro. He was in the trenches with the Sahaba. He was digging the trench with the Sahaba.